Hello and welcome back to the Beach House Chiropractic website. Today we're going to be going through some lower back strengthening exercises. So starting off with a side plank, and we're going to use bent knees in the beginning to make it a little bit easier, and we're going to drive those hips up towards the ceiling, trying to keep a nice flat line as you get to the top and try and hold it then at the top for kind of 1 to 2 seconds before gradually lowering back down. To then make it a little bit harder, straighten the legs there, so you're having to really lift those hips up. And what you can do, like I've just done there, is pop one of the feet slightly in front of the other to give you a bit more stability, so you're less kind of wobbling backwards and forwards in the beginning stages. But then you can kind of stack the foot one on top of the other to make it a little bit harder again and work more on your balance and coordination. This is it just shown from the back. Just trying to lift those hips up. You'll feel quite a lot of force going through the elbow to start off with, but that should get easier over time. Next up, we're going to be going into a bird dog. So we want to be doing the opposite leg to the opposite arm, straightening up and trying to keep everything in line from the front of your hand all the way back to the bottom of your foot, trying to act as if there's kind of a straight pole going through there, keeping it all nice and level, squeezing the glutes at the top and extending the shoulder out. You can then make it a little bit more challenging. You'll see me kind of wobbling a little bit here, trying to do the same side at the same time rather than opposites can be a little bit more of a tricky challenge and requires a little bit more coordination. Next up, we've got a dead bug, so that's almost the same as the bird dog, but now you're on your back and kind of having to engage the core a little bit more using the fronts of your hips and your shoulders as you work back there. So it's working more on that core rather than just the lower back. We're working on the front now a little bit too, but pretty similar movement, and you can then make it a little bit harder by introducing some weight as well, which will make it more of a whole body exercise. So you'll really feel this in the front of your shoulders and a little bit into your lat as well. And this is just a slight bit more challenging for the whole body rather than just the core. So we're just looking for a really nice controlled movement. Finally, moving into a bit more of a deadlift or hip hinge type movement, which is going to work on your lower back as well as your hamstrings and your glutes too. It's absolutely okay to feel this in your lower back. It is a prime mover when you are extending the hips, and so a little bit of a tightness or that feeling that you get in the gym when you use a muscle like your biceps and you get a little bit of a pump. If you start to feel a bit of a back pump going on, that's absolutely fine. That is the main muscle that we are trying to work. And just some pointers on this exercise as well. What we're looking to do is push the hips backwards, keeping the back nice and flat, bend forwards, gradually picking up either a weight or starting with just your body weight, and then extend upwards, driving the hips forwards and straightening up. Here's a little example of what you could follow over the course of a week. If you find anything particularly difficult, you can always drop the reps or drop the sets and then increase it over time as things get a little bit easier.